Hello, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. I'm 5 minutes late, so sorry about that. So, let's see if you guys are on time now that I have confessed to have been late. Then where are you guys? So it looks like I've been early, in fact. Everything is relative, isn't it? It's one way of getting out of trouble. So, Prince, there you are. See, I was earlier than you. Hope you're doing well. Let's see who else is going to be showing up. Or have they all showed up 5 minutes ago and I was not here, so they are not gone? Joseph, hello. Hello, Joseph. How are you? So while we wait for the rest of us to show up, I'll have a bit of this. This is almond milk, banana, and cocoa powder, not sweetened by itself. Hello, Vartan. How are you? Jamie, good to see you. Glad to hear that you're doing well, Joseph. I'm glad that you enjoyed the videos. Get your tea or coffee in front of you, and in a few minutes, as soon as everybody else is there, while we're saying hello, we'll chat. We look for your questions. About your challenges in relationship, breakup, or other things that you might be concerned about in life. And we'll have a easy, relaxing chit-chat Saturday morning. Here in Vancouver is foggy but bright, dry as it was raining last night. And I can see the ocean a little bit. That's pretty good. So I hope wherever you are, it's also tranquil and an enjoyable weather. Brian, hello. Brian. Okay, Dammit Gam. Yes, thank you. Dammit Shomom Gam. Okay. Now, Vartan. Vartan, is that an Armenian name, Vartan? Jamguchian. Yeah, it looks like, because there's an eon at the end, so this must be. Hello, Brian. Yeah, I got that late. I first was reading it, said, what is that word? Then it dawned on me. It's in Farsi. Yes. So, while we are saying hello to everyone as they arrive. Hello, Chester. Good day to you too. We are looking for questions, of course. You can throw in your questions anytime you wish. Anything about your relationships, oh, Don Juan's here. Relationship or breakup or anything else have to do with your thoughts, consciousness, ego, desire, and fear, and matters of life. Whatever it may be, we'll see if we can tackle it and enjoy a nice conversation. Prince says, what is the difference of or between hypnosis and meditation? If possible, can you do a sample meditation? 1 minute or so. Okay. Well, hypnosis, of course, is, my information is not that complete about hypnosis, but from what I can tell you, that my information about meditation is good. So, but hypnosis is something that somebody else does to you, and you go under certain kind of a following of the rhythm or the directions of that person trying to lead your mind and direct you to a certain angle of perceiving or eluding and entering in a certain kind of a level of awareness. But meditation is far beyond that. Meditation is superior to anything that hypnosis can do. Meditation is that you, with your own will, embark on recognizing your connection with the source, with the energy of the universe, with what you come from. Meditation is like a drop of ocean water rejoining with the ocean. In its effort to rejoining the ocean, the process of rejoining the ocean, feeling elated and powerful and confident, and understand its real main support of the abundant, unlimited flow of energy that has put us together. And yet, furthering our understanding, expansion of our mind, an ability to learn how we can become one with this power that constantly is flowing through the universe, helping things to grow and develop. And through that, also learning how to take the thoughts out of the consciousness through meditation. Because when you meditate, beside what I just told you, and you become one and coordinated in harmony with the flow of the energy of the universe, same energy that you receive when you sleep, and automatically your mind enters into a state where you can absorb and accept the frequencies and the energy of the universe. So that's why when you get up in the morning, you're vigorous and energetic. Beside all that, and beside becoming one with the source, beside understanding how you can have an experience of not being with your body and becoming one with the total energy, regardless of we are made out of mind and body, all becomes one. No more division between what we are, as we know ourselves in this the life as we know it. Beside all that, what also happens is that you take your thoughts out of the consciousness. And as you know, thought is time. Time is thought. When you think what I was, what I will be, what I am, you create time. We're not talking about the time that you take to go to an appointment, the time that is created to divide the 24 hours on this earth to so many hours or so many minutes and seconds. We're talking about the creation of time. When you go in your mind, when you go into memory, when you remember things, you're no longer here. You're in the past, because memory in the past, so you're in the memory, so you're in the past, so you create a time. When you bring the memory to the present moment and you modify it and conjure up something for possibility of future, whether good or bad, fearful or relaxing, you create time. Memory, past, now, present. When you become conscious of what is happening now, the talk that we are having, the things that you're doing at the moment, the flow of activity of the now, of this present moment, compared to when you're in your memory and thinking about something. And then what you're doing now, you just traveled in time. When you focus what you're going to be tomorrow, what you want to be in the future, you create time. These are all effects of mind, thoughts. Thought is time. When you do meditation, and you, through a certain things that you do in order to understand and focus and harmonize yourself with the flow of the energy, and you forget about and you become unaware anymore about you as an entity, and all becomes one, as you are, the energy and the flow of the universe, that is when no longer you're in the past or the future or the present. It's like you don't exist. And the thought has come out of the field of the known, because all thoughts are coming from your consciousness. Consciousness having been put together through your information you received through your genes, through thousands of years ago from ancestors, through your mother and father, how they behaved with you, how they trained you, how they communicated with you, through the things that you saw on TV and movie and things you read in the newspaper and the books in the schools, and from your teacher, and how you've been treated by the society and community and your religions and your backgrounds and traditions. All that what has created the content of your consciousness, hence your consciousness, hence the field of the known. And that's where the thought, the seeds of the thought, every thought that you have is coming from the field of the known. When you meditate, you take a thought out of the field of the known. Hence, no thought, no time. Time stops. Therefore, this is totally a different thing between meditation and hypnosis. Meditation is like wonder of life. It's like elixir of life. It's where you can regenerate and bring healing effects of the power of the universe, and realize your existence and your connection with the source become more powerful, more hopeful, more confident in whatever it is that you want to achieve. I have a segment about how to stop time, like Stop Time, the title of it, in my book, Me, My Psyche and I. Please do take a moment, go on my site, www.mindthatseekstruth.com, and you have sample chapters of my books. You can look at the table of contents of Me, My Psyche and I, or the Breakup Pain Handbook, or the Transient Thoughts and Me. Each have their table of contents that you can look for free. You can read a sample chapter of them that is there. And you can also take a look at the seminar I did on the end of fear in one of the universities here and locally. And that's a very interesting way to understand the direction, the connection between thought and fear, thought and time. And that was a very good, interesting seminar that I don't think anybody has ever approached it that way. And there is a 10-minute free video of it. You can see it again. If you liked it, you can purchase it. Very nominal fee, but it's very worthwhile. I recommend it. And also other things, other services that I have on the site that you can see. There's about 120 videos that is not listed on the YouTube. So you can maybe pay $5 a month or $22 for the whole year and enjoy what's in there. All the talks are there as well. And also the consultation. Don't forget, there's a one-on-one consultation, a Skype consultation that I do around the world every day. And so these are all possibilities that are available. So when you go there, in my book, Me, My Psyche and I, there's a chapter on Stop Time and about meditation. A complete understanding of how the version of the meditation that I used to teach and train and so on and so forth. So it's all in there for you to take a look at. Sherry from Alabama. I hope that you heard the little talk we had about meditation and hypnosis and the difference between the two. Perhaps when it's done, if you didn't catch it, when it's done, this video, you can go back and take a look at it. I think it was informative for our friends, and especially, I think, Princeton, I think, Prince, you called on that one. Now, Vartan says, I really don't know you much, but once I start hearing you, I really like to know more. Okay, good, thanks. That's a good compliment. I hope you'll enjoy the talk. And Vartan says, my question is, if we are being honest with our partner, are we right? Because being honest is still not enough. Well, you know, Vartan, you got to have a policy in your life. Are you being honest because you want it? Or being honest is the way of your life, is the way you decide. That defines you. That's who you are. Because being honest is not supposed to be done because you expect something in return. Then that would be like a politic. I'm doing this so you will give me this. Otherwise, I wouldn't be honest with you. It's like, is that you or is that an act? So decide what you want to be. You want to be honest, then be honest and expect honesty. Don't do it because that will serve you a purpose. Do it because that is what you believe is the right way of being and training yourself and training your consciousness. Whatever we do in life, that becomes our habit. So better making sure what becomes our habit is a good thing. So being honest is not supposed to be a favor to someone or a speciality. Today's special is I'm honest for 2 hours from 2 to 4. But then I will change. No, whether you are this person or that person, you're honest or you're not. So be honest for your own sanity, for your own. Be honest because this is what you believe is correct and that's what you expect. So whether it's enough or not enough, enough for who? Enough for her? You're not supposed to be taking your cues from her, or if you're a lady, from him or your partner. You're supposed to be knowing what you want to be and behave on that basis. Now, if that's not enough for her, what does she want? What do you mean it's not enough? She wants you to be dishonest? What? She wants you to be, a politician. She wants you to be complimenting all the time. I don't know what you really mean in this scenario. However, whatever you are is because what you want to be, is not because what she wants you to be. Because if you're doing things because of her or because of some circumstance or something that you expect, eventually you get tired of it, because nobody wants to do things for certain other thing. They want to do it because they believe in it. They want to be comfortable, It's like you want to wear your soccer attire to play soccer, but you wear your suit because you're supposed to, because they expect you to wear a suit today. I mean, that's all. Even you may do it for a couple of games, but you get tired. You want to be natural. You want to do it the way it is right, not because it's not enough, because they expect you to. Make it easy for yourself. You are who you are. You live the way you want to live. As long as you're not harming or hurting other people, live it the way you want. You want to be honest? Be honest. And that's the way it is. That's who you are. And we have Jared Tangaroa. Jared Tangaroa. He says, I am from the other side of the world in a country called Cook Islands. Oh my goodness. Cook Islands. I've heard it's so beautiful. I've heard that the beginning of the ocean is so shallow for like a kilometer maybe, and it's so pristine. You're living in a beautiful world. It's not the end of the island. End of the island compared to what? You know how this whole thing, Middle East, Near East, Far East started? Far East, Middle East, Near East, compared to what? To who said it? It was compared to England. That's where it started. Compared to there, that's a Middle East, that's a Far East, that's a Near East. Otherwise, you're not at the end of the world. You are exactly where the world needs you to be. And I hear it's a beautiful place. So if that's you, Vartan, then that's how you will be. And don't question how you like to be Just enjoy it. Be what you are. And if she understands that, great. She doesn't, oh, that's not your cup of tea. You know. Ah, Jared, thank you very much, my dear. That was very, very kind of you. Your followers are all around, is what I'm trying to say. Wonderful. My pleasure. I'm honored to have been considered that way, that we can share things and help each other to elevate our understanding and ways to negotiate life a little better. Jared says, I got through so much because of you. Keep going. Okay, my pleasure. That makes it all worthwhile, dear. I'm glad to hear that. Sherry says, if chose to be honest for yourself, then it is always right thing to do. Right, Sherry? You're welcome, Barton. My pleasure. Chester wants to go to Cook Island. Well, now you know somebody. Yeah, Jared also agrees, says it's a little paradise here. Yeah, I heard that. That's right, Barton. Be who you like to be. Nobody has monopoly in how one should be in this world. There are all kinds of flowers, all kinds of trees, all kinds of plants, all kinds of seeds, each different color, different texture, character, posture, size, and shape. So are we. We're all unique. You don't have to be like anybody else. And what the others expect you to be is their need for you to be. It's not your need. So they're following their need, their insecurity, their fears that they want to encourage you to be in a certain way. So they will feel more comfortable. It's not about you, it's about them. So don't be so easily swayed by other people's expressions of what is right, what is wrong. You search it, research it, and find out the way you are, does it harm anyone? Does it bring you happiness? Does it bring development and growth for you and for others that it may touch, that it may affect? Then it's all good. Ali Jafar Heisenberg says, I hope I pronounced it right, what is a Zen state? People use the word out of context usually. Again, you're right. They use it on different ways depending what it suits them. Some use it when they are in a state of meditation. Some use it as an expression of being helpful for growth and development of others, that in your shadow, in your presence, the energy flows in such a way that helps others be tranquil, relaxed, and confident, protected. No harm comes to them, all because of your energy emanating. One would use it as a state where you are simply in your own world, focus on your thing, you're not distracted, you're in the Zen. One focus, one meaning it as to be in harmony with the flow of nature, with the flow of universe, the energy of the universe. To be at peace with yourself is another version of its interpretation. And of course, one is when you're in state of Zen, you don't exist. You are one with what you're trying to be, which is the ultimate of what you can be, beyond your present shape of existence into a different level of resonation. There are different meanings for it, but really none of that matters. What it matters if you can find a state where you can be at peace, in harmony, balance, fitness of mind and body, live right, eat right, drink good water, sleep on time, and be balanced and affect the things and people around you and nature around you in harmony. Don't pollute as much. Be respectful to the other lives, and enjoy giving as much as you take from the universe, from the nature. These are all expressions of Zen, and perhaps some more that I don't know of. Jared says, thank you for your knowledge, wisdom and inspiration. Going to explore the island now. Lol, good for you. Good for you. Think of us when you're exploring the island, because that's a beautiful island. Okay, now let's see what else we have in here. We have Janet says, Mehran, do you think all this hurt we suffer because of relationship breakdown is because we are brought up with the idea that we should have one partner for life? Maybe humans aren't naturally made that way. Do you think it is very unlikely that we will find our soulmate? Is it best we go into relationship, even if chosen wisely, enjoying it while it lasts, but not to be surprised if it doesn't? Of course, everything has a duration in this life. The suffering starts when you try to make permanent out of impermanent. Everything has its own rhythm, and it uses that rhythm to negotiate a certain situation, a certain time period, a certain juncture of time in this short journey of life. Water flowing on the riverbed from the mountain down has a certain rhythm, negotiates the rocks, encases them, goes on them, under them, around them, or change direction. It's affected, and it affects the rock, and it's affected by the rock. Negotiates it, and yet it passes, doesn't stay. It even has a duration of negotiation with that rock, with that riverbed, with that part of the journey, and then goes on to flow continuously to the other part of the journey, the riverbed, its direction, its journey, to wherever the destination is, ocean, whatever it is. Everything, every flower, even sunshine on our portion of the land that we live on, has a certain number of hours, then it's nighttime. The duration of it. Then there is a new day. When there's a storm, there's a duration, eventually ends, and then there is calm. Every journey has a duration. You start your boat and you row, and eventually you get to where you want to be, and it's done. That part is done. Then you go on, explore some other part of the island. Every relationship also has a duration. It's there for a certain reason of experience and learning experience in life. That's how we learn. If everything was supposed to be permanent, which I can understand the merits of it, there's some things we like it to be permanent, but if everything was permanent, there would be no chance to try anything else, learn anything else in this journey. There will be a few things we would have learned. So you try to make permanent out of impermanent. That's where your suffering starts. Again, I have this portion in my book, Mind That Seeks Truth, site.com. If you go in there, there's a book that is called Me, My Psyche and I have a chapter on this, on suffering. A small chapter, but so suffering starts when you try to make permanent out of impermanent, and most things are impermanent in this life. Everything, even this almond milk, banana and cocoa that is so delicious. It has a duration, it has a period. It is temporary. It has duration by consumption. It finishes. If it was constantly not finishing and I was trying to finish it, I'd blow it up like a balloon. So everything in its own proportion, it's fine. More than that, it may become intolerable. And I'm not saying relationships are all intolerable, but it has its own duration. It is a subject to everything else that is a subject to of this nature, of this life, of this universe, of this flow of negotiation, of whatever it is that we are trying to learn. So relationships are no different. They have a duration, and that's fine. You go on to the next one. Now, who says that you're supposed to be experiencing only, one thing? You get in any bus, eventually you got to get off. So your relationship is like a bus. You want to sit on that bus, no, it's too long, more than its duration, you get hungry. You can't wait till you get out then. Before it gets there, just get out. If you see if it's not suitable. But if it's a good relationship, well, as long as it lasts. It's not an easy thing to have a relationship always lasting, because we talked about this before. Relationships are not happening between physical forms. The physical body attracts each other because of that, what we are designed and programmed. The intimacy, sexuality, and interest in each other's pleasures that we can offer and receive through physical body. And that really is how mind experiences that certain pleasure, because there is no way mind could have experienced the pleasure of sex and intimacy if we didn't have a body. So these are all apparatuses that helps the mind to become wiser and experience and learn and negotiate life and see things that otherwise it would not be able to feel and experience and understand and gain knowledge in order to pass it to the universe when we all are still alive or when we die. Because that knowledge and experiences that we receive, whether through the body or not, eventually is a way that makes the whole universe wiser. That's the real purpose of us being here, trying to help the universe to become more intelligent by our individual experiences, and hope that we can all connect these experiences, help to make the world a better place. That's why it's so important for every one of us, one by one, at our personal level, to be able to become a better person, to become more understanding and in harmony with the flow of the energy of the universe, help things grow and develop, be more compassionate and understanding, and stop, because that's where all these wars and angers and hates will stop, from the nucleus level, from every one of us. So if you want to change the society, we got to change ourselves, because we are the one that has made the society, yet we say, society has changed me. Society has affected me. But I am the one. I am all. You are all. We are the one who made the society, and the society makes us. So we got to change it from the core, and the core is here. So I forgot what I was saying. So let's see. So that's why we like to understand that the duration of everything helps us to learn all these experiences, and therefore from those experiences we can share with the others and make ourselves to become more flexible, more able to negotiate life, and so on. And whatever I forgot. Maybe I'll remember it later. See, it had the duration. You had to end. I couldn't keep it going. I forgot. Sherry from Alabama. Oh yeah, I saw that, Sherry. Good to see you here. Now let's see, what else do we have here. I know I was going somewhere with that, but I flew off to a different direction. So we're looking for another question here, unless I would remember where I was taking my conversation, which I have no idea now. Let's see. It says, what should we do when someone just vanish from our life as someone just chose it? What should you do? Maskan? What should you do? Anything. Someone vanished or vanished. Everything should be with consent. If someone doesn't want to be in my life, why would I want to be in her life? If a friend of yours, you don't get along, not a romantic friend, a friend, you don't get along, your consciousnesses are different. So if it's different and you don't get along, why do you have to force it? Go on. There's so many other things you want to learn, so many other people they can have things in common with, and you can understand each other's consciousness, you know. That's where I was going with that conversation. As you said, people have their consciousness put together through the connections that they have and things that they're exposed in life. So their consciousness is put together differently. So they'll eventually see divisions, conflicts between their order and their partner order. And eventually that relationship comes to its end because the interference of the order that you have, the way you want to do things in life, the way you have been, your consciousness have been put together, the way your beliefs, your understanding of the life and things that you want to do in life is your goals. That norm, that order is being interfered with the order of your partner. And your partner's order is being interfered with your order, the way you like to do things. So if you guys can't come up to a compromise and understand and travel the journey in harmony, then eventually this becomes uncomfortable. And that's when it breaks up. And so what do you want to do? You want to force it? No. Consciousnesses are different. And that's why the divisions and conflicts happens. It's pretty much inevitable. And if you can tolerate it and compromise, yes, okay. But if you want to turn that into, I want to be in a relationship because I have been taught that I have to be in one relationship all my life, well, it's great if that's possible. That's wonderful. Why not? But if it's not possible, if it's not happening because of the differences, division and conflicts between the contents of the consciousness, which is you are your consciousness, your center, your whole of you is what your consciousness has gathered all around and became what it is, and you function on that basis, and your thoughts are born from that, what is in your consciousness, then those thoughts would be different than the thoughts of your partner because of the ingredients, the things that are in your consciousness, and your thoughts are born from it. So the conflict between all those ways, angles that you see and you negotiate life becomes like if your two horses want to go different directions. And then you can't take this buggy of your relationship smoothly because one goes this way, one goes that way. So you got to let go. So that is when you decide you cannot turn a temporary to permanent, therefore avoid the suffering. Many of you think you're suffering because you've broken up. Your relationship is broken up. That's what your idea is. That's why I'm in pain. That's why I'm suffering. But you don't understand. The suffering would have become more if you try to take something that wants to naturally go different directions to try to bring it together. That brings a different kind of suffering, and maybe more severe. Because then you are resisting. It's against your will. You want to go this way. You want to be. Have you ever tried to bring a horse, two horses, they all want to go different directions, this way by force? Not by communication, not by their own will and understanding and accepting, like some of you do in your relationships, and you compromise and understand, so you travel in the same direction for a long time. But when you want to try to do that with strong, powerful horses, which each one of us are, mind is very powerful, and its ways are very set. It wants to continue its own beliefs, its own ways, my way, So there it's going to be very difficult. So there's going to be lots of conflict and resistance. And that becomes even more unpleasant. And that journey, keeping together, you want it to be together, and you think your suffering is because you're not together. No, perhaps the fact that you're not together is much better than if you were together, because that suffering would have been far greater than what you think you're going through. Perhaps what you are considering suffering is your salvation. It's a beginning for you to actually go to the direction that will get you to somewhere wonderful, some shore that you can have a nice picnic and enjoy the communication, negotiation with nature, and enjoy learning from it, rather than constantly looking over your shoulder and trying to see, is it the right place to be? Can I do this? Or what does he want to do? Can I go to this and explore and satisfy myself in learning this particular thing in life that I want, or not? These are just simplifying it, but you know what I'm saying. So what you're thinking about is suffering could be just the beginning of freedom for you. And often when a relationship is not working, that's the time this duration is ended. And don't try to make this permanent, this temporary journey and experience to a permanent one, as if there's nothing else for you to learn in this life. And that relationship was the old. No, that relationship you wanted because you're used to it. You become used to that order. You like that, whatever pleasure you were receiving and giving in that relationship. But it had its time. Finished. Face it. No big deal. We all have a short time. We all have a limited duration life. Even our lives is limited duration. What is it that you have accepted? That you can die and it's okay, but your relationship should last forever. What kind of a sick formula is that? It is not in harmony with the actuality of the flow of life. You have accepted that you can end. Your duration is not permanent, as difficult and unpalatable as this is, but because our consciousness has been conditioned to understand and accept that. But yet we want our relationships to be, forever. So, read between the lines. Chester says, you are incredible, Ma. Oh, thank you. Okay, good. Thank you. Now, Sherry says, a person vanishing from your life can trigger abandonment. Okay, good, Sherry. Good. Sherry says, yes, two horses going different direction describes my marriage I was in. Many years of suffering. Okay, good. I'm glad that you're free and enjoy. Now, let's see, guys. Is anyone in the West Coast time zone? So I don't have to look at what time it is. Somebody can tell me what time it is. I wonder if I'm going over our its scheduled time, or is it just? Prince says, is hatred real, or is it's 11:20? Thank you very much, dear. I appreciate it. So we still have some time. Prince says, is hatred real, or is it just misunderstood as greatly disliking someone, or is hatred a combination of anger, fear, and other negative energies? It's a good question. Hatred is lots of things. Hatred can be viewed as an attack on your accomplishment, attack on your value, attack on your ego, attack on your tranquility, interference, creating conflict. But it all can stem from energy that is being extended. It's an emotion that is dissatisfaction on of someone based on whatever, right or wrong, towards someone else's way of exploring or negotiating a certain situation, or feelings, or the way one looks at it. We all think that the only thing that affects us is what we see, what we hear, what we taste, what we touch. But we also absorb other people's energy. And that is a disturbance in our equilibrium, disturbance in our ki, in our energy. It's a wave entering in our little ocean. It's like something dropped into it, and like you throw a rock into a pond, it disturbs its tranquility. And that energy, each two people pass by each other. You may not even say anything, but you may not like that person. He didn't even say anything. You didn't even say anything. They passed by, you just don't like that person. Or somebody who passed by, you like that person. It's the way their energy is being extended. Whatever they have turned themselves into, whatever intentions that they have, that energy, without them knowing, is being extended outwardly. And that energy is the same energy that when someone is hating you or disagreeing with you, depending on its level, is being extended either through the vehicle of words, or without words, gestures of your facial expression. It all emanates, extends a certain energy, or without even saying anything, you feel them. We're all connected and have this ability of feeling energy. That's why you can heal someone with the right energy. We call that ki, kyatso. That's when you actually heal someone through energy, through ki. So anger is a resonation, is an energy being extended by someone based on what his ego, his way of seeing something, his wishes of something being the way it wants to be, is. And often it is an anger from some people who simply are bad-mannered and ill-mannered or negative, or not in harmony with the way of the universe, way of the nature, to help things grow and develop. And that energy is felt by the other and disturbs that person, which is considered, I'm uncomfortable. That person is angry. Often this anger that we talked about, it in the energy form, also it's because we're all violent people. Intolerant because we've been conditioned to think that we are the best, we should be the best, because we've always been compared by the other one. When you were a little boy, always compared you with, look, so-and-so's son is such a good boy, and look, so-and-so's daughter is so well, nicely groomed and dressed and so polite. Always been compared, so we always have this complex of wanting to be better than somebody else. So we want things, we want to be on top of the world, recognized. And so when we want to be more and somebody says something that they don't like about us, suddenly that creates an anger and hatred from us to them, while it was from them to us. It goes both ways. That's why anger brings anger. Negative brings more energy. Bad energy brings more bad energy. Somebody's yelling at you, angry, it starts you wanting to yell, respond as a form of defense, because it's uncomfortable. It's a bad energy. It makes you feel bad, so you defend it. It's not physical, but still, it's part of life. That's how you understand there is something more than your physical being, and the way you react and interact with things is not just limited to physical. When anger starts, it's an energy. It's the way it makes you feel, just somebody pushed you. So you retaliate with the same, and that brings more and more. And that all starts from some disagreement, or with the way you used to think about yourself, or you can't tolerate somebody else not like you because you're conditioned to be the best, always being compared, so now you want to be more, and somebody says something about you or behaves in a certain way that doesn't make you feel that you're more, and you'll be offended, and that you react to it, or they react to you. So the anger is like love, contagious. The more good energy you give, the more good energy you will receive, and you want to comply in that resonance, and the anger also brings more anger. So there are many ways to look at it, but also we're all violent people, and we still haven't learned to be something that we should be. We're all trying to be non-violent, you know? Non-violent means we are violent. So let's deal with violence first. Let's find out why we are violent. Don't try to be violent and then try to act non-violent. Let's try to learn why we're violent and change that in our consciousness from the roots, than just being what we are and trying to be non-violent. It's a two different thing. Let's deal with the violence. Where did that violence come from? And change it from there, and just mask it by learning to become non-violent. Non-violent, that means we are violent. Let's change that. It's a long discussion that we can go on maybe next time. We are now pretty much towards the end of it. Let's see if I can look at another question here. Oh, Ahmad, that's not an easy question, and I'm not really... A girl in our class looks like a guy, and she feels bad about it. How can I make her happy? Well, it's very nice that you are in tune with that, with her feelings and with her concern. And I understand how important that is. A woman wants to be beautiful and doesn't want to look like anything but what she wants to look like. But I'm sure she has a lot more than the physical appearance. Every human being has that. And the beauty that she may be exuding through her energy and her ability to help things grow and develop, be a positive contribution and affect the society and community and people around her in a positive way, that's where her beauty comes from. Because even if you are as beautiful as many historically beautiful women in this world, if there's no substance, the program that makes that beautiful body and beautiful face function, and functions in an ugly way, the beauty will not even seem beautiful anymore. There's so many couples who are, one of them or both of them are very aesthetically beautiful, physically beautiful, fit and gorgeous, but they can't stand each other because their manners and energy is so shitty. So really, beauty is not only limited to physical being, the physical part of us. And if that's the only part that we want to focus on, there's so many beautiful women and handsome men, but they're just worth like shit. They haven't understood what life is all about. Nobody can tolerate them. And any relationship that they have, unless the other part is also shallow and has nothing else to offer, it won't last. Because what lasts is an intelligent level, is on consciousness bond. And if you can't bond on consciousness level, based on your values and ability to help things grow and develop and touch everything with positive energy, beautiful energy, that relationship and that person will not be popular. So her beauty, I assure you, cannot be limited. Beauty of nobody is limited to their physical being. And I assure you, her beauty will shine, because no matter how physically beautiful one is, it will not stay beautiful more than a few hours once the energy kicks in and they start seeing what that person is all about inside. And so the person who's not really that maybe aesthetically refined, with the beauty that she has from her inside and the way she connects and helps things to realize themselves and be tranquil in her presence, that's where the real beauty is. And there will be people who will be drawn to that, and that's where the real beauty is. And I'm sure you will find that out, and I'm sure she is going to be aware of it herself. There we go. Okay, guys. Now, I think we have discussed as many things as we could, and perhaps it is time for me to say goodbye. I hope that we had a good time together today, and I hope that you will have a wonderful week coming up. Remember, please do visit my YouTube channel. The link is up there. There's about 300 or more videos there that you can enjoy. I just uploaded one last night. And do visit my Facebook page and like it so we can be in touch and other events and talks. And also go on my site and check and see what's there. And if you need to talk to me one-on-one on Skype, go on my site, go click on the talk to me for consultation and book an appointment, and we'll deal with your issue one-on-one, and we'll enjoy that. And at the same time, tomorrow I have another live talk on the Amazing Things in the World Facebook page, which I will put a post up tonight on this Facebook page of mine, and you'll know where the link is for that one. And please share the videos that you like and help this channel, help the work I do to get more exposure, and so everybody will know that there's support out there after breakup, during relationship, for things that they may concern you, and at the same time I'll get some exposure to be able to help more people, and will help to see how expanded this can be. I'm looking forward for some engagement in different countries that I may be invited for a talk, and I hope that you guys constantly will stay with me and enjoy and share these talks, and don't forget to share the videos so we'll get more exposure. Okay, perhaps you want to join me tomorrow at the Facebook page, The Amazing Things in the World, and I'll put the link up there. And in the meantime, have a wonderful week. Be good to yourself and to each other, and take good care of yourself always. Talk to you later. Bye for now. You're welcome.